What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. It's that time, once again, at it again, throughout the whole entire 10th season, in terms of the 30th season. You guys, before I always do this tradition every 10 seasons or more so, I usually take the decks that I ran in terms of pretty much like the past or like the history of those past 10 seasons, and just thought to myself, why do we come up with a feature match featuring all decks played throughout the previous 10 seasons and so on. But I decided, why not put a twist to the spin on this particular season, aka season 30. So, disclaimer, throughout the whole entire season 30, there will be no deck profiles in terms of at the end of season 30, because once again, every 10 seasons, we are doing the multi-universe deck challenges. The way it works is that when it comes to either winning a game or losing a game, every single time this happens, in terms of picking up decks randomly, of course, I usually be doing a little bit of a wheel spin every now and then and see what decks I could come up with throughout the whole entire season 30 feature matches. And the number one rule of thumb is that it cannot be repeats. Whatever is the last deck that I won or lost with, if I end up rolling the same deck again, of course the spin must go on until a different deck gets landed on, and then proceed to that feature match. So, first things first with this feature. Based off from this hand, good old Rikka's. And of course, that would be season 27, aka Rikka's. And with this hand, absolutely insane. Normal to pedal, getting Snowdrop, Chibi Pedal for Bababoon and herself. Bababoon, drew, but put back the Primula. Fragrant Storm on Bababoon, drew the Lone Fire, drew the Mudan. Two more Bababoons, all from the first copy. Two more draw power cards, drew the second Mudan, drew the Con, put back the Lone Fire. Two Bababoons for Jasmine. Con, activate. Set the Glamour. Jasmine, tribute. The Snowdrop for Lone Fire. Glamour, tribute Jasmine for Primula, Princess. Primula, Lone Fire tribute itself for Mudan. Mudan getting Tranquility. Princess, free special. Xyz shoking into Rikka Queen Strenna. Detach, get the Glamour. Did I not use that first effect all this time? Oh, special Mudan off from Lone Fire. That's crazy. If that's not the case, second Mudan from the hand, tribute to Strenna to special herself. Strenna for Sacred Tree Beast. Chalice on the glossed out Mudan, and then Hyperiton to absorb a spell onto it, so that in case, in terms of spells, that would be the likes of Sky Striker, Branded, or any other deck that involves the usage of spells in general, so that once again we got a monster negate and spell negate. Two Mudans for Kanzashi, and one set. Set 5. Pedal comes back, Tranquility, Snowdrop, Petal, come back. Kanzeshi for Princess, and pass. Curse of Darkness. Each time a spell card gets triggered, that player takes 1,000 damage. Applies to both players. Secret Blast. Burn your opponent 300 for each card they control. 6 cards, 1,800 damage. Snowdrop. Turn them into 8s. Exceed, choke it into Queen of the Night. Oath of Companionship. What on earth is this? If you control no monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck, obviously there is no extra deck for the opponent, target one face-up monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck, take control of it until the end phase. There is no special summon that trigger this. Okay, so theoretically, this was the biggest mistake that I made from that Queen of the Night play, because I thought for sure that by the time I Book of Mooned my own queen, it made me think there's no point of my opponent to take control of it. But since that target already happened, that pretty much means what I should have done is that in response to that oath, chain the queen to lock up one of the set spells and traps since my opponent is playing Burn. Ring of Destruction on the queen. I didn't know Kanzeshi has a saving grace. If a plant monster's more than one you control will be killed by a card effect, tribute one plant from your hand or field instead. Wow. Glad I was able to make Kanzeshi turn 1. Kanzeshi. Revive the Primula. Con. Set the flurries. Seriously, what is up with that Burn players list? I gotta see this. Whoa! Holy guacamole! Where's Jinzo or Royal Decree when you need that? Because ugh. Literally nothing but pink cards. So, first things first on that 45 card trap list. Mirror Force, 3 Radiant Mirror Force, Storming, Blazing, Quaking, and Drowning. That's that for the Mirror Forces. Regular Mirror Force, we know what's up. Radiant Mirror Force, that's as if 3 or more attack positions destroy all attack positions. This is literally Mirror Force, but for 3 attack positions. Storming bounces things back. Blazing, destroy all attack positions your opponent controls, and then take all that damage equal to the combined original attack in terms of equal to half. Quaking, basically Book of Moons. And then Drowning shuffles them back to the deck, and none of those don't even target in terms of the Mirror Forces. Ring of Destructions, 3 of them, 3 Secret Barrels, 3 Dimension Walls, 3 Confusion Shafts. That's as if your opponent declares a second direct attack during the same battle phase. Conduct the battle between the attacking monster and the first monster that attacked directly. Other effects cannot be activated during this battle. 2 Memory of an Adversary, 2 Oath of Companionship, or 3 Oath of Companionship. Ooh, that would have been weird. 3 Secret Blast, 3 Traptrix Spikes. Upon the opponent, normal or special, this turn declares an attack, destroy that attacking monster, and if you do, burn your opponent equal to half the original attack. 3 Fatal Abacus. Each time one monster is sent from the field to the graveyard, burn your opponent 500 to the respective card owner's life. And it applies to both players. 3 Blast Held by Destiny. Upon the opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy the one monster with the highest attack in terms of your opponent's monster. Your choice is tied. And if you do, burn your opponent equal to its original attack. Then, if Exchange of Spirit is not in your graveyard, you also end up taking damage. Okay, so basically the first effect is what matters more. And then 3 Boo Boo Game. No battle damage from that battle. And then if this set card in its owner's control gets killed by opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, target up to 2 normal traps that aren't Boo Boo Game, reset button them, and they can be activated this turn. 2 Curse of Darkness, 3 Zoma the Spirit. Where's Jinzo and or Royal Decree when you need all of that? Man. And switching back up from Rikka, transitioning over to Vernusylph Traptrix, as you notice the hand of the Vernusylph card and the Traptrix / Traptrix cards. So with this hand, hit and miss, who knows. Normal Mantis. Ooh, there's the game. Wait, what? Hold on. When your opponent activates a monster effect, while you control none, special summon both this and 1 driver from hand, deck, or graveyard. Oh! Then, honestly, I'm so glad I hardcore opened Bell. Otherwise, the play would have been extra dead for no reason. Okay. Now that we know that there's a Gamma in the hand, do not trigger monster effects until you get to Reptilianne somehow, for the sake of the Gravedigger. Get the Arachnocampa, Mantis and Sarah, Arachnocampa attempt, not using Gamma, Holotea, discard the Changing Seasons, don't trigger Sarah, Exige Shoken into Traptrix, Reptilianne. And the reason why I chose not to trigger Sarah when Holotea was first activated is because we already know there's a Gamma in the hand. And 1 set. Bistio, getting Magnamut off from Rebellion, Magnamut, and of course, we are playing a full Earth deck, as you see the sleeves. Basically, your opponent's Bistios cannot touch my graveyard. Banish the Rebellion for the Magnamut, Magnamut, Floodgate, Sarah for Dionea. Also, now that there's the opponent's monster on the field, that basically means Cypher and Gamma is completely dead on the water. Dionea, reset button Floodgate, Sarah, set the time space. Tribute the Magnamut for Druid Swarm. Druid Swarm over Sarah, not dying by battle due to Rafflesia. Magnamut, adding another Lubellion, nice glossed out. Ah, actual side frames. Okay, so first things first on side frames. We all know what's up about Gamma in terms of the limited status in TCG, but on Master Duel, he's at 2. We all know what's up about Gamma specifically. So, first things first on the main deck side frames. The way it works for these tuners specifically is that you gotta have no monster that you control in order for those side frames to work. With the help of the Link monster, Side Frame Lord Lambda, it makes it so that you can literally activate side frame gear monsters from your hand even if you control a monster. So basically, get to Lambda as quick as you can, just so that your lower level side frame monsters are able to become live. So, obviously, all of the side frame monsters, in terms of the lower level ones, 1 and 2, share the same thing, which are light psychic tuners for the lower level ones, aka 1s and 2s. Light psychic tuners, yet all of them are literally light psychics. Zeta and Omega are your links, or synchros, excuse me. Lambda is your only link. Driver is the normal. 6 main deck side frame monsters, 1 spell, and 2 traps. So, just to quickly get over the stat lineup. Driver, the power source of side frames. Level 6, 2500 attack, no defense. Side frame multi-threader. Its name is Driver while it's in the hand or graveyard. If a side frame card's more than 1 you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, discard this instead. If a side frame tuner is special summoned while this card is in your graveyard outside of the damage step, special it out, but banish it whenever it leaves. And then the side frame gear tuners. Alphas and Beta, level 1 in terms of Alpha and Beta, 500 attack for Alpha, 700 attack for Beta, no defense. Well, technically, all side frames tuners have no defense for 1. And of course, normally, they can't be normal summon or set, must be specialed or from a card effect. They all share the same thing. In this one for Alpha, when your opponent normal or specials a monster, while you control no monsters, well, aside from the no monster thing as a normal clause, but if you have Lambda, you can trigger side frame monsters any given time you want, in terms of meeting the right requirements. So, when your opponent normal or specials a monster, and obviously special itself and a driver from anywhere that's not banished or extra, and if you do, add 1 side frame card, spell trap included, that isn't Alpha from deck to hand. Side frame gear Beta. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, of course, summon itself and driver. Destroy the attacking monster, then end the battle phase. And then Gamma, Delta, Epsilon. The 3 of them are level 2s. Gamma with 1000 attack, Delta with 1200, Epsilon with 1500 attack. Gamma, monster negate. Delta, spell negate. Epsilon, trap negate. And then extra deck, Psi Frame Lord Zeta. Level 7, Light Psychic Synchro. Generic 7, 2500 attack, 1800 defense. Once per turn, as a quick effect, target one special summon monster your opponent controls in face-up attack position. Banish both that monster and this card from the field, but return them as of your next standby. And then, if it's in the grave, target one other Psi-Frame card, spell trap included, from your graveyard. Kick this back to the extra, and if you do, kick it back to your hand. Nice recursion there. Psi-Frame Lord Omega. We all know what's up with Omega. A lot of the times is where if you were to ever to get hand trapped a whole lot, you could just Omega them with another card out of their hand, just so that you're able to hand loop, and you're forcing your opponent unable to play the game as such. So aside from the usual hand loop of Omega as a generic 8, 2800 attack, 2200 defense. When it comes to the standby phase specifically, target one banished card, put it back to the graveyard, and then if this card is in your graveyard, target one other card in the graveyard, shuffle both that card and this card from the graveyard into the deck. Nice. And then Psi-Frame Circuit. Aside from the usual Psi-Frame summoning conditions, once happened, outside of the damage step, you can put up a synchro summon of one synchro monster using only Psi-Frames. At the start of the damage step, if a Psi-Frame monster you control battles an opponent's monster, discard one Psi-Frame monster, your battling monster gains attack equal to the discarded monster's attack until the end of this turn. And then the two traps, Psi-Frame Overload. Soft once per turn, banish one Psi-Frame from hand or face up side of the field. Target one card anywhere on the field, banish it face down, and then during anyone's turn except the turn that this card was sent to the graveyard, breakthrough skill clause, banish this, add one Psi-Frame card, spell trap included, from deck to hand that isn't overload. Psi-Frame Accelerator. Once per turn, pay 500 life, target one Psi-Frame monster you control, banish it until your next standby, and then once per turn, if another face-up Psi-Frame card, spell trap included, you control leaves the field outside of the damage step, special one Psi-Frame monster from your hand. And with that being said, is that every Psi-Frame covered? Sure is. Banishing the alpha to go after Rafflesia, and just so you know, can't be touched by traps while it has material. So that was pretty much of a waste of overload. And then Bestial Psi-Frame players scooped. And this next matchup with this hand, awkward, and more importantly, there's no extra deck from the opponent. That basically means Monarchs or True Dracos, as far as I can imagine. One day apiece, Well, there's no point of OTK on the next turn. So, does this one draw change anything with that Deskbot 3? Yes, it is. But the problem is, once again, can't OTK my opponent because of 1 day apiece. So I decided we're going to wait. Okay, so opponent drew off from 1 day and then passed. Set 2, can't kill my opponent in the game, then passed. Chicken game. Pay 1,000 and draw 1, and pass. Now, rather than draw 1 card, Chicken game, pay 1,000, destroy the card itself. When it comes to destroying Chicken game, that basically means it's go time. Scale to 6, normal to 3, special to 2, 2, 4, 5, scale to 5, Pendulum Shokin, 2 of the 002s, search for 3, and then I was also going to search for Deskbot base for the boost, and the opponent sees what goes on. So, what's up with this list? Exodia Blue Eyes. If you know, you know. And last but not least, transitioning over from Vernusylphs into Charmers, as you guys see the sleeves in the background. And with his hand, aside from not supposed to see this card from my hand specifically, everything else is A-OK. Future Fusion. In 2024. Let me just say this again, ladies and gentlemen. Future Fusion in 2024. During your first standby at the activation, show 1 fusion and send the materials. And then second standby, fusion summon it. And of course, the usual, when that 1 card leaves, the other card gets killed. So, special Fenrir and a set monster pass. And perm on the Fenrir. Spirit Charmers. Discard Awakening Reaper. Grab the Partnership's Trap. Set the spell. Flip it up. Ready Fuse. The Musician King. When it comes to Musician King, in this specific Ready Fusion target build, Spellcaster 1500 defense, and of course, since grabbing partnerships, synergizes with the Musician King, and many other monsters that are Spellcaster 1500 defense. Normal Asa, draw 1. Asa of a Fenrir, and obviously, Musician King cannot attack due to Ready Fuse. Link the 2 off into Asa Link. Asa Link, steal the Fenrir, and 1 set. The revealing of... Ultra B Trooper Absolute Hercules. 4 inset monsters is what it takes to make it within 4,000 both ways. That's one strong Beetle Trooper for no reason. So, aside from the fusion summon shenanigans, it cannot be touched until the end of your next turn in any shape or form. And then at the end of the battle, target one inset with 3,000 or less attack from your graveyard, special it out. Hard once on Absolute Hercules. And the toss out are from Absolute Hercules, Battle Wasp, Arbalest, the Rapid Fire, P.U.N.K, 100-Foot Horror, Inzektor, Giga Weevil. So, first things first on certain cards in terms of non-archetype exclusives. P.U.N.K, level 2 Earth Inset, 800 both ways. Upon being destroyed and sent to the grave, add one inset with 1,500 or less attack from deck to hand. And then 100-Foot Horror as a level 7 Dark, 2,600 attack, 1,300 defense. If your opponent controls a monster and you control none, normal summon it is without tribute, but its original attack becomes 1,300. And then the other archetype insets to toss out are Battle Wasp, Arbalest, the Rapid Fire, and Inzektor, Giga Weevil. Flip some Giant Flea, a level 4 vanilla monster of an Earth inset, 1,500 attack, 1,200 defense. And then normal summons Clock Resonator. Show me Black Rose. Oh! Zeta once again. Zeta on Osa. Chalice on the Fenrir. What on earth? Ancient Warriors, Ambitious Cowde. While you control another Ancient Warriors monster, your opponent cannot target this card within card effects and can't be killed by card effects. So basically, this is the only card by itself, so doesn't matter. If a card's your opponent controls more than one gets killed by battle or card effect, send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special this out from your hand. As a level 8 Fire Beast Warrior, 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Upon destroying an opponent's monster by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon that monster to your field in defense. This is literally Goyo Guardian once again. Cowde special. Also, get Nefarious. Cowde over Fenrir. Partnerships Revive Musician King. And pass. Special. Special to Nefarious because we got a Spellcaster, aka Musician King. Link the two off into Lina. Draw one for Fairy Tale Tales. Lina for Zeta. I gotta see this random jank list. Yeah, this is definitely some may be nostalgia, some are just more than others. Giant Flea, P.U.N.K, Crabons, a good old classic Edison special, I think. Blackwing Minstrel, Minstrel the Silver Shield, Clock Resonator, Inzektor Centipede, Grado Cobra, Glacial Beast Polar Penguin, B Trooper Scale Bomber, Vylon Prism, Inzektor Earwig, Sylvan Blade Fender, Noble Knight Brothers, Noble Knight Kustanin, Noble Knight Ivan, the Arbalest as mentioned, Sky Striker Rose, Millennium Scorpion, level 5, Earth Inset, 2000 attack, 1800 defense. Each time this card kills one monster on your opponent's side of the field by battle and sent to the graveyard, this card gains extra 500. Royal Rare, Mech Knight Blue Sky, nice. Bio Inset Armor, Inzector Giga Weevil, Kaiser Glider Golden Burst. As a quick effect, tribute one monster, special this out from your hand. Hard once, and then upon no more special, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. This card's attack becomes that monster's current attack until the end of this turn. Sunlit Sentinel, level 6 Earth Warrior, 2300 attack, 1500 defense. And then Kaiser Glider stat, 2400 attack, 2200 defense, as a light dragon. Sunlit Sentinel. You can set this, of course, and then once per turn, during the standby phase of the next turn after this card was set from your back row, in terms of spells and traps as a spell, after this set is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, special this out, then destroy all cards your opponent controls in this card's column. 100-Footed Horror, Mech Knight Yellow Star, Mech Knight Red Moon, Kashtira Fenrir, Nightmare Magician, Ancient Warriors Ambitious Kaude, Ursartek Megabilis, Darkhole Axe of Despair, Noble Arms Caliburn, Archfiend's Staff of Despair, Future Fusion, Forbidden Chalice, Twin Twisters, Anti-Rageki, Wabaku, Dust Tornado, Magic Cylinder, Oasis of Dragon Souls. And then extra, Ultra B Trooper, as we saw earlier, Gaia Knight, 2 Zetas, Assault Blackwing, Chidori the Rain Sprinkling, Satellite Warrior, Knight Papilloperative, never saw this. Well, technically, I remember this old XZ ever since Number Hunters, but in terms of Master Duel, first time seeing this card. So 3 level 4s is what it takes to make it as a rank 4 Dark Warrior, 2600 attack, 2000 defense. Detach 1, extra 300 attack for each XZ material attached to it. Baromet, the Sacred Sheep Shrub, Gimme Puppet of Strings, Alistair Madness, Double Bite Dragon, Zeke. By any chance, let's see, 2 monsters, including a Sky Striker. Oh, the Rose. The Rose, of course. There she is. And then Triple Burst, Curious, Steel Star, Regulator. Never saw this one. 3 non-links in order to make this. As a link 3, Light Machine, 1000 attack. Gains attack equal to the combined original levels / ranks of monsters used for its link summon times 100. And then you can target 1 non-link monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this, destroy it. Then if this link summoned card used in XZ as material comes up, burn your opponent equal to half of the destroyed monster's original attack. Hard once on Steel Star Regulator. And with that being said, this is James Polk on this multi-universe challenge. There will be more multi-universe feature matches in terms of seasons 1 through 29 decks. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You guys know the good stuff. Catch you guys next time. Laters.